What's poppin', daddy-o? What's happening, you cool cats? Welcome back to the Jazz Joint. What are we doing today? We're listening to some... Why am I doing... Béla, Fleck, and the Flecktones. We're going to listen to this track out of their fifth studio album, Left a Cool, released 1998. I don't know why I'm putting on this voice. Trane to Conamarra. I like the name. I don't know where we're going, but we're taking the train. I'm imagining that's a reference to Coal Train. I have to imagine so. We listened to this track because it was recommended and sponsored by Ayumu. Thank you so much, Ayumu. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support as well. Let's go ahead and dive in. We've only listened to a little bit from them, as big as their name and their reputation precedes them. And so we're going to introduce ourselves to a little bit more from them. Trane to Conamarra. All right, because I see the train part, which is obviously, I think that it has to be a reference to Coltrane. Is Conamarra another jazz person? I'm just Googling their name really quick. It's not a name. It's literally a place. A region in the Atlantic South or Atlantic coast of the Western County Galway. Looks like a nice place. Looks like a really nice place. Kylemore Abbey? Huh. Looks like a cool little place. All right, let's listen to the track. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Here we go. Almost sounds like Don't Stand Too Close to Me. Almost. I like the folky banjo picking, possibly some mandolin as well. Same delivery like Don't Stand So Close to Me. Banjo picking almost has a classical element, like a Baroque sound to it. So calm. I love how this brings about a folk element to it. It's dancing a jig. cool bass line. Chicken out of there. Listen. Nice escalation, so fluttering resolution. The motif. Nice way of bringing it all back together. That's good. Always end it with the gong. And I ain't talking pothead pixies. That was such a calming, relaxing track. That was, I mean, it truly did feel like taking a train to a destination of your choice or to this area that we had looked at briefly in the beginning. It's incredibly moving. It's gentle. And I love how all the musicians come together so well in here. The banjo adding a nice folky nature to the music as well. From one moment taking like a nice breeze, a nice coastline diversion and detour, into other times performing something more of a slightly focused jig. Like, it's always present and always bringing something interesting. The solo was great as well from that banjo. I love that escalation going to the higher notes, and then as soon as it ended, going into what I can only describe as a fiery flurry of notes, just bringing the action into it. But it still felt really, really calm. The theme, the soul, the heart of the song never, wavered. It was always in this very calm, very melodic, kind of light folky jazz strip, and I really, really enjoyed that. The saxophone and the flute playing from Jeff Coffin adds to me kind of there's a word I'm trying to think of, like an elegance to the music. That's close enough to what I'm thinking of. It adds an elegance to the music and a gracefulness to it that I think at one point really made me think of maybe like a classical quartet, like something kind of Baroque-ish or something, something like in that kind of nature, which I really like that kind of dip, just a toe dip into something that I can only say was like kind of classically related, which was really sensational. Wooten is always fantastic on the bass. And once again, like Wooten he can overplay, but he doesn't here. He plays gracefully alongside of the music, providing that wonderful warm currents to kind of like guide things along, not push things along, not force them along, to guide them along. And he gets a few really nice handy licks in there as well. There's a brief moment that you could consider a mini solo or an extended fill in there as well. But just really, really wonderful. This was just a very soothing track. I like how just chill it was. And the main melodies that it gets into, those motifs, as calm as they are, they're still kind of adventurous. They give me the sensation of adventure, and perhaps it's because of the title of it, taking a train somewhere, taking a trip, a journey somewhere. That melody of da 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 da, like the way that it's played, it could come across, maybe this is my association, It reminded me in some ways of like a pirate's theme or like something kind of seafaring, something like that. And it could have been come across cheesy to me, but it didn't because of the way that the banjo played it, because of the way that Béla played that. It had class to it. It had a lot of class. There's that one or those few chords that, or the, I guess I should say the delivery of those chords that sounded to me like, don't stand so. Don't stand so close to me. Of course, it wasn't the exact same notes. It was just a similar delivery. But I couldn't help but notice that. Because when I first heard it, I was thinking, wait a second. Is this going to be somehow a clever cover of that track? No, it went in a completely different direction. For the better. Ayumu, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the support. Let me know what you guys thought of this track in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed this particular Trane. Hope that you enjoyed this particular journey. Please come on back tomorrow. I invite you to do so. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.